There are many professional athletes in the world who manage to overcome their physical limitations and emerge successful against all odds. Some of them had birth defects that resulted in the loss of their limbs. Others, however, sustained life-altering injuries after serious accidents. But these misfortunes didn't stop them from achieving great feats in their sports. Today, we'll take a look at 10 such people. Be sure to stay until the end of the video and check out our number 1 pick, because if that guy doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for y'all that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Jim MACLAREN.
I said something last year in the interview, Bob. I said, this could be an infectious attitude. I mean, last year we had 50 people and sponsors and people giving money. And
Jim MACLAREN was once a Yale football star and an aspiring actor. But that all changed when he was hit by a 40,000-pound city bus in his early 20s. In fact, he was even pronounced dead on the accident scene. 8 days later, he woke up from a coma with his left leg amputated below the knee. But he didn't lose his will. Fast forward a few years, MACLAREN, supported by a prosthetic leg, became the top amputee triathlete in the world, competing in the grueling Ironman and setting a marathon record among amputees. Brilliant. Unfortunately, in 1993, during the Orange County Triathlon, Jim's career came to another cruelly abrupt halt when he was struck again, this time by a van. Doctors declared him quadriplegic, but Jim didn't let that accident stop him either. He once again recovered and used a wheelchair. Unfortunately, Jim MACLAREN died in his sleep on August 31, 2010. He was just 47 years old. Oscar Pistorius.
I was born in Johannesburg in 1986. Grew up there. I have an older brother and a younger sister.
Oscar Pistorius is a former professional sprinter and Paralympic champion from South Africa. When he was just 11 months old, both of his feet were amputated because of a congenital defect. He ran in both non-disabled sprint events and in sprint events for below-knee amputees. In 2011, Pistorius became the first amputee to win a non-disabled world track medal. And then a year later, at the 2012 Summer Olympics in London, he became the first double-leg amputee to participate in the Olympic Games. Wow, impressive. But in 2015, Pistorius was found guilty of killing his girlfriend, model Reeva Steenkamp. He was sentenced to 13 years and 5 months in prison. Bethany Hamilton.
Just on surfing and just obsessed with, the lifestyle, I guess. And
30-year-old Bethany Hamilton is without a doubt one of the biggest comeback stories in the history of professional sports. At the age of 13, Bethany survived the attack by a 14-foot-long tiger shark, but unfortunately lost her left arm. However, she returned to professional surfing just 1 month after the accident. Just 1 month. How inspiring. Not only that, but Bethany also managed to win her first national surfing title within 2 years. Wow, this girl is simply amazing. Bethany also wrote a book about her experience entitled Soul Surfer, a true story of faith, family, and fighting to get back on the board. A few years later, the feature film titled Soul Surfer was released. Bethany has been able to touch a large number of people with her faith message, charitable efforts, and overall spirit. She is still an active surf competitor to this day. Kanya Sesser.
oh. Woo! Got it.
24-year-old Kanya Sesser was born without legs, but that never stopped her from pursuing her love for sports. She was born in Thailand and abandoned on the steps of a Buddhist temple. The monks at the temple took care of her for 2 years. She then lived in a hospital in Bangkok. Kanya lived with her grandparents for a while before being adopted by David and Jane Sesser from Portland, Oregon. She quickly developed a flair for sports and began skating and surfing at the age of 9. She even uses her skateboard instead of her wheelchair. Definitely an awesome sight to see. Aside from skating and surfing, Kanya also played competitive wheelchair basketball and narrowly missed out on representing Team USA on the track at the 2012 London Paralympics. Although Kanya has had to deal with stares her entire life, she just brushes it off and continues to live life on her own terms. Jessica Long.
My name is Jessica Long. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and my proudest achievement was winning a Paralympic gold medal as a 12-year-old.
Jessica Long is a 27-year-old Paralympic swimmer from Baltimore. She is considered to be one of the most accomplished swimmers in U.S. history, winning a total of 23 Paralympic medals. Well done, Jessica. She was born with fibular hemimelia, which is why her lower legs had to be amputated when she was just 18 months old. I know, that's sad. But her condition didn't stop her from being involved in many sports growing up, including gymnastics, biking, ice skating, and even rock climbing. Jessica began swimming in her grandparents' pool, and it wasn't long before she joined her first competitive team. A year later, she was selected as Maryland Swimming's 2003 Female Swimmer of the Year with a disability. When she was just 12 years old, Jessica participated in the 2004 Paralympic Games in Athens, where she won 3 gold medals. But that was just the beginning. More gold medals were to come at the Beijing Paralympics in 2008, London in 2012, and Rio in 2016. You are an impressive woman, Jessica, and don't let anyone ever tell you different. Josh Stevens.
They watch.
They're amazed at what he can do.
They whisper.
Here's a pitcher with one arm you've never seen before.
18-year-old Josh Stevens was born with amniotic band syndrome, which shortened his left arm about 2 inches above his elbow. Josh began playing basketball at age 5 and quickly developed his own unique style that allowed him to play the game despite his condition. Now he's a starting pitcher at Vestavia Hills High School with a college baseball scholarship. So far, Steven has met every baseball challenge that's come his way. It wasn't unusual for him when he was playing baseball for there to be a line of kids behind the backstop watching him, or a line of coaches or parents, and they'd return to their kids, and a lot of them would say, "See, if he can do this, you can too." So Josh has been a source of encouragement, whether he knew it or not, to people everywhere. Sarah Reinertsen.
I lost my leg as a child. I was born with a condition called proximal femoral focal deficiency.
44-year-old Sarah Reinertsen was born with a condition called proximal femoral focal deficiency, which in the simplest terms just means that her left leg was significantly shorter than her right one. So when Sarah was 7 years old, she decided to have her left leg amputated above the knee. Instead of feeling sorry for herself and focusing on the one leg she didn't have, she decided to focus on the things she still had: 2 strong arms, a strong leg, great mind, and a really powerful spirit. Sarah began to run at age 11. At her first international track meet when she was 13, she broke the 100-meter world record for female above-knee amputees. She was also the first female leg amputee to complete the Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii. Mallory Weggman.
When I first get in the water, there's just such an enormous sense of freedom that I have.
30-year-old Mallory Weggman is a Paralympic swimmer from the USA. She became a thoracic spinal nerve 10 complete paraplegic after an epidural injection to treat postherpetic neuralgia back in 2008. However, her condition didn't stop her from winning multiple gold medals, including the one at the 2012 Paralympics in London. During her pursuit for another Paralympic gold medal at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games, Mallory severely injured her arm in a catastrophic fall. For many athletes, it would have meant the end of a career. But Mallory's not like most athletes. Instead of simply giving up, she's training harder than ever to once again shatter expectations and reclaim her throne atop the podium at the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. Melissa Stockwell.
I am a mother, I am a wife, I am a veteran.
40-year-old Melissa Stockwell lost her leg in Iraq in 2004 while serving in the Army. She was on a routine convoy through central Baghdad when her Humvee was struck by a roadside bomb, which resulted in the loss of her left leg above the knee. She subsequently became the first Iraq veteran chosen for the Paralympic Games. She competed in the 2008 Summer Paralympics in 3 Paralympic swimming events. Melissa returned to the race in the 2016 Paralympic Games in Rio and won a bronze medal in the inaugural para-triathlon event. Zion Clark.
What you're born with is what you're born with. You can't go back in time and change things. You gotta keep moving forward.
22-year-old Zion Clark from Columbus, Ohio, was born with a rare medical condition called caudal regression syndrome, which basically means that he has no legs. Not only did Zion manage to live without legs, but he also grew up to be a renowned wrestler. He started wrestling from a very young age, but it wasn't until high school that he took this sport seriously. Zion eventually qualified for the Paralympic Nationals at UCLA in California, where he competed using a specially designed wheelchair and went on to become Ohio's fastest runner. He is now training to be a world-class Olympian with his eyes on the 2020 Tokyo World Olympic Games. Which one of these people has inspired you the most? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll handpick and feature your comments in the next video. So look out for your comment. So the one we picked this time is from Faith Benavides. She says, Donna Moore sounds like a real superhero. Well, she certainly looks and trains like one, no doubt. You should watch some of her YouTube videos of her training. It's unbelievable.